Hey, what's up, everybody? Long time no talk. This is why I really wanted to get this video. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm just gonna do like one take. I just want to give you an update because my life has changed drastically, and I really just wanted to tell you about it. But it's drastic in like absolutely the coolest ways. I'm so excited for this next chapter. And not to mention the fact that if you haven't noticed already, like I am sitting in a completely different studio, in a completely different house, in a completely different place in the United States. I live in Fort Wayne, Indiana now, and I work for Sweetwater. Now, many of you may have seen this coming. I have loved Sweetwater for years. I've talked about Sweetwater very positively for years, and it's not because they paid me to say those things. It's because I truly believe them, which is why I'm sitting in Indiana right now. Honestly, like moving to Indiana, away from my old studio, away from the warmth, into a much colder area of the United States, taking my family away from all of our family, like that's not something I would do lightly. It is because this, I truly believe, is a dream job. It is a dream opportunity. It is an opportunity to make an impact on the music world even more than I currently have through YouTube. I really hope through the years my videos have inspired people and made people want to play music, but now I get to directly help inspire people through Sweetwater's content, through making being a musician easier with the way that they approach buying and selling gear and just the whole process. Like Sweetwater does it right. I love the people there, and they really care about musicians. So all that to say, like this is exciting, and I'm going to give God the glory for all of this. I truly believe this has been his ultimate plan for my life. And if you don't believe in the God thing, and just don't be annoyed by it, you can chalk it up to hard work, because there's been a lot of hard work too. In fact, this week, my wife and kids went to the beach with family, and I don't have PTO yet. So, and I have a lot of work to do at work. We're trying to do some big things. So I stayed here, and, in the past 6 days, I think I've worked about 120 hours to finish this studio so I can make videos again, and I can play drums again in my house, and I can keep creating content because it's one of the things that I love so much in my life. I mean, I love my wife, I love my kids, I love God, and I love drums and content. You know, like this has changed my life so much. I can't imagine what my life would be if not for diving into content creation, trying to make my own destiny in regards to, like, you know, I'm a drummer. I want to get my drumming out there. I want to do cool things. I want to make people smile. I want to make content. Like, I just went after it, you know? And so to tell a little of the backstory, the first time I walked through the doors of Sweetwater in 2013 for Gear Fest, like I was blown away. I was like, whoa, this place is something special. It's one thing to go in a music store, but it is another thing to go into like a music, just an absolute wonderland of musical gear and everything you could imagine. They take care of their employees. You got a doctor's office, you got a gym, you got a racquetball court, you got like a blockbuster, for crying out loud. It's not really a blockbuster, and copyright or whatever, trademark. But they have like a rental facility for DVDs and I don't know about VHSs. I haven't been in there yet, but probably DVDs. Sorry, Blockbuster and your VHSs, but so like it's just really, really a crazy cool place. And I walked in and I was like, this, like, they're doing something right here for sure. And since then they've grown so much, and I've had so many great memories there because in 2016 I started to build my studio, and they were the ones that I was like, if I'm going to build a studio, I want to work with Sweetwater on that. Because they do it right and they take care of musicians. And if I'm going to promote any company, I want to promote Sweetwater. And so we started working together, and I went up to Sweetwater for the first time, shot videos with them up there. And that was when I started to think, like, one day I really feel like I'm going to work here. Like, I don't know why I think that, but like, I feel like God put that on my heart or something. Like, one day you're going to work here. So this is a long story. I'm going to try and skip through a lot of it, but I poured my heart into my studio. I built the most insane studio I could possibly imagine. I like leveled it up to so many degrees that like that was the big thing holding me back at one point from wanting to move to Indiana, was like, I don't want to leave my studio. And there were many times in the past, it's been like 4 or 5 years of talking seriously with Sweetwater about working there. And every single time there'd be something small, or somebody would leave, or something would happen, or they'd get busy, and we just wouldn't make it happen, which was totally okay, because the timing of everything, the way God's plans worked out, I can't even fathom it. So here we are, fast forward those years, and at the very beginning of this year, Sweetwater reaches out to me, and there have been things in the past that have kept me from wanting to leave, like my studio, and leaving the warm Atlanta weather for the cold. My wife and kids don't love the cold. I don't really. Well, my kids like cold and snow. We'll get to that. But I'd rather be at the beach than in the snow in Fort Wayne, Indiana. But that's the thing. Like, you can tell that I really actually believe in this because of the fact that I am here. I left my family in Atlanta. I left my wife's family in Atlanta. I left my studio in Atlanta. I left the warmth in Atlanta, although it is nice here during the summers. You get all 4 seasons. To move to Fort Wayne, Indiana to work for Sweetwater. And the reason I did that is because I truly believe that this job and what we can do at Sweetwater is going to make a bigger impact on musicians and a bigger impact on the life of music than I could ever make on my own as an independent contractor making drum videos, which I totally I really truly believe that we've done a lot of amazing things through the years, and drumming has changed my life, and hopefully my videos have impacted and inspired people. But I've always been the one to want to inspire the next person. I've always been the one to want to help someone else do something big, and it just so happens that my channel blew up and I did something big. But as much as I'm a drummer and I'm a content creator and I love all that, my mind is always been focused on the big picture, on marketing, on the business side of things. And that's where as much as I'm a pretty decent drummer and a good content creator, that's where I thrive. That's my bread and butter. I can't wait for the next creative brief or the next concept, and I have to figure out how to make it happen and make it work with these other drummers. And that kind of stuff just gets me super pumped, because I want to help create things that make the drumming world, the music world, more exciting and better and cooler. And so Sweetwater approached me at the beginning of this year, and they said, hey, we're working on our content creator category, and we'd like for you to be the marketing manager of the content creator category. And I was like, wow, this is literally just everything that I could want from moving out of just being an independent contractor and only creating content into a big corporate world and working with a company to do something like this. This is so cool, because for me, I'm going to be on videos. I'm going to get to do content and all that kind of thing. But if Sweetwater said, hey, we want you to just come up here and shoot videos with us, I probably would have said yes, but I wanted to be in the marketing world. And here it is, them throwing the absolute dream job at me, where I'm going to be doing marketing. I'm going to be helping others. My job is to inspire and help content creators, and help Sweetwater make sure that they are helping content creators and doing the right things to get the gear in their hands and helping them succeed. That's my job. I get to help people do what changed my life. And I don't take that lightly. It excites me to no end to know that if I do my job well, there are going to be people out there whose lives will absolutely change because my marketing strategies inspired them to take up creating content, to become a content creator, to be a musician that documents their life and helps expand their careers. Content creation can absolutely change your world like it did mine. And I'm so pumped that that's what I get to do. And outside of that, I've been working with Sweetwater's content strategy and what we're going to be doing, the kind of content we're going to create. I really truly believe that we are going to do something incredibly special in the world of content. And I get to be a part of that. I get to go to work with people I love and admire every single day who are so smart and so like caring and want to make the musical experience better. So, all right, so I totally forgot to mention because it's late and it's just been a crazy day and I'm tired. But part of my job is I actually get to work on content concepts and come up with ideas for content. And we just had Drum Fest at Sweetwater, which I don't know if you saw that, or if you follow my Instagram, you saw a picture, but I got to create content concepts for some of the coolest drummers, and I got to hang out and work with some of the coolest drummers, which is part of my job. I got to sit down and talk drums with Ray Luzier and Mike Mangini. I got to work with Hannah Welton. I got to work with Daru Jones. I got to work with freaking Stanton Moore. Like, that dude just played some drums, man. And yeah, so let me show you a little bit around. I'm not gonna keep you waiting for too long, but I went with an all black wall here. So right in the middle, I can set up a kit and I can just kind of black out the background. And then this side is, and this isn't completely done. I still got to put in some trim, and if you look back there, I still got to put in some doors. But it's drum ready. I can play, and also this paint back here, you might recognize it a little bit if you've watched some of my videos. This is the same color from the control room and live room of my last studio, Legendary Gray. I did the paint colors based off of cool names for paint, and Legendary Gray, I just felt like legendary things are gonna happen in that studio, and we kicked it off pretty legendary with all those drummers and everything. Sorry, I'm not announcing this studio with a whole bunch of drummers in here. Instead, I just get to hang out with drummers at work. So that was crazy. I was like, this is it. Like, finally, all these times where it didn't work out, and I started to wonder, like, God, is this your plan for my life? Am I really going to work at Sweetwater? Or, should I look into other options? And I even had another option. At the exact same time, I had never had another big time job offer that I would actually consider. And I had that at the exact same time. I got the Sweetwater offer, and I got the Sweetwater offer just in time to where, as much as I would have loved the other job, it gave me the courage not to take the other job and to jump on this. And so that right there, like, the timing of all that was just crazy. But here's where it gets just even crazier. One of the hardest things for me was leaving my studio and leaving all that work. And I really didn't want to just put the house on the market and somebody play Xbox in my studio instead of using it to its fullest potential. Well, the timing of me getting this job wouldn't have happened any other time. Wouldn't have happened if they hired me a year ago. Wouldn't have happened if they hired me 2 years ago. Wouldn't have happened if they this would not have happened if not for the fact that at the exact same time that I got this job opportunity, a church in the Georgia area, Revolution Church, absolutely loved them. I've played drums there before, was in the market for building a studio. And so I actually sold my studio, which there were so many times where I'm like, why did I build this studio so well? I don't use most of this. I mostly just play drums. I built it for live streaming and big shows and productions. And I could have done so much with it, but because it was in my house and because I lived there and because the content creation thing and the drumming thing was going so well, I didn't use half of what I ended up building that facility to do. And lo and behold, I go to leave this place, and it's like I have perfectly built this studio for this church, who now can record albums there, they can do live sessions there, they can do everything that they could possibly want in this facility, and the upstairs of the house they get to use as a missions house. So for me, the ultimate win on passing on all the work, 8 years of working on that house, 3 years of building the studio, putting every dollar that I had into building that place, and it goes to a greater cause than I could ever imagine for it. Now, that was so great. And so all that was working out. So then I'm like, all right, I'm going to go up to Sweetwater, up to Fort Wayne. I'm going to look for a house. Well, the housing market up here is, pretty quick, just like it is anywhere else. So a good house is going to go in the market and it's going to be gone immediately. Well, the day, like I didn't have any other options of when I could go up there. It just so happened like Cadence, my son, was going to be off of school and we could go up there this specific day and spend this specific weekend there. So we went up here, and the very day that I got there, the absolute perfect house popped on the market. Now, I wouldn't call it a dream house. I wouldn't call it like, it wasn't everything my wife wanted. It wasn't necessarily everything I wanted, but it was the perfect opportunity to get a house and move up here, and immediately like I could build a studio, which, you know, a little bit on the selfish side, but like it had all the space we could ever imagine. It came on the market the day we got here. There were like 20 people that were looking at this house, wanting to put offers on the house. And so I was like, uh-oh, like I really hope this is the house. Like I believe this is the house that God has for us. That's why we showed up here this day and it came on the market. And like I'm sitting in a room that's in the exact same location in this house that my previous studio was in. And when I saw this house online, I didn't even know this room was here. This was like, they didn't even take a picture of this room because it was just like concrete walls. There was like and some studs and like concrete floor and like, it was a mess down here. And so they didn't even take a picture of this room. But then I get here, I walk downstairs, and there is like in the exact same location as my previous house, a perfect live room studio. I don't need much. Like I'm working at Sweetwater. I got multi-million-dollar studios there if I need to do something insanely huge. But I'm a content creator. You can't cage me up. I gotta have a place to play drums. I gotta have a place to make content. And this house came on the market the day that I got here. If it would have come on the market 2 days before, it would have been gone. If it would have come on the market the next week, it would have been gone. But the day I got here, it came on the market. And we loved it. We were like, this is it. This makes the most sense. We're going to go with this house. We put in our offer. There were so many other offers, but they picked our offer. And you can say whatever you want, luck, coincidence, whatever. I believe this is all God's plan. Now, my kids wanted snow so bad. We don't get snow in Atlanta. And we were going to be looking at houses all weekend, trying to find one to put an offer in on, hopefully get one. But because we found this house on the first day we got here, put an offer in the next day, we had a whole free Saturday. My kids were like, it's got to snow, it's got to snow. It was cold here, but there's no snow on the forecast. And we're like, you know what? God, can we just get a little snow? My kids want some snow. We have a free day on Saturday. Like, let's get some snow. Still no, go to bed, no snow on the forecast. Wake up the next morning, it snowed like 2 inches that night, or an inch or something. I don't know. I'm from Georgia. I don't know how much snow is. And so all day on that Saturday, me and my kids and my wife got to go to the park and play in the snow. And sorry, like for me, that was just like the ultimate sign that God is just like watching over this whole thing. He's got plans and everything. And because of this house and because of this opportunity, I was able to close on it this next Friday. So my wife and I came back up here for her birthday. We spent her birthday in downtown Fort Wayne. And then we closed on this house, and we slept in the house for the first time a week after we saw this house. And the being able to get the house and get in it, I could do some work. So I came up here, and for 4 straight days, I worked 22 hours a day, and I built out this basement to the point where I could leave and they could throw a final layer of drywall in. And I had done the electrical and the framing and rerun everything and some sound isolation for the upstairs and put in some extra layers of drywall and extra framing, and just like I worked my butt off for 4 straight days, and then drove home, and I was able to have someone come out and put in drywall while I was gone. And so my studio was almost done already, and all I had to do was put in these last few days of really long days and finish this place. And that never would have happened with any other house. It never would have like made any, like it just, everything fell into place so perfectly. And it just like time and time again, everything just keeps happening. It just keeps working. It just keeps falling into place. And, you know, you can say good things happen to good people or whatever, but like, I love my job. I absolutely love working at Sweetwater. In a month, the things that we have already accomplished, the things that we're working on, like this is going to be so great. And I'm so excited for you as a musician, as hopefully a content creator, what I can inspire, what I can create, what Sweetwater and I can do to help make your life better, to make your life easier, to help you share your story, to help you share your passion, to help you just like achieve your dreams. Like, I mean, for me, my dreams just keep coming true. And yes, I have worked really hard. And yes, I have, like, I'm not saying that I haven't put in time and I haven't put in effort, but it really, like, I really truly believe that I have just followed the path that God has for me. And here I am doing what I love. Now I'm sitting in another studio that I get to create content in. I get to play drums. I got beautiful kit over here. Got this awesome Strata Prime electronic kit over there. Pearl Masters maple drums over here. So I'm going to be creating some content. I'm going to be playing some drums, and I'm so excited for it. I really hope that if you have any desire to create content, you check in with me at Sweetwater. I'm going to be putting out all sorts of content and videos and stuff to help you become the best content creator that you can be. And this isn't an ad. Like, you know, you can get your gear wherever you want. I just truly believe that we're going to do great things, and you can do great things. And like, to see how much content creation has like absolutely changed my life, I don't want anybody else to miss out on that. I don't want you to be like, oh, it's too difficult, it's too complicated. Like, it's not hard. It's fun, you know? You just make things that you love, and you make things that you love because you love to make them, and you want to make them, and you want to share them with the world, and you want to add value to other people's lives. If you do that, like, and you don't do it expecting anything. So like, you can't be like, oh, hey, you know, I'm going to make content, so I'm going to get rich, you know, like, no, I'm going to make content and I'm instantly going to be famous. No, you make content because you love to make content. You make content that you want to add value to other people's lives. You want to make their lives better. You want to teach them something. You want to show them something. You want to make them smile. And then if you do all that, there's a good chance that people are going to connect with you and that people are going to like what you do. And then you got to keep doing it. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep putting the content out. I put out over 1,000 videos. I worked my tail end off, you know, and here I am getting to do another thing that I love because of content creation. I never would have ended up here if not for creating content, for being a drummer, for YouTube, for social media. And certainly, like, if I would have grown up in the 1940s, like, this would have been a different story. Like, yeah, of course, like, there is some coincidence, there is some timing on all that, but you are also growing up in the perfect time to create content. Content is everything. Like, everybody's strategies for marketing are now like, what kind of content can we create? What kind of videos can we make? What's the next TikTok look like? What's the Instagram? Make a YouTube video. Like, you can control your destiny. You can make a living on YouTube. You can make a living doing content. You can work on product videos and demos, and you can do entertainment, and you can do drums, and you can do whatever you want. Like, it's just, that's what's so cool about it, is you can make the content you want to make, and you just want to try to make content that adds value to people's lives, because people don't have to watch your video. Especially with all the content in the world, people don't have to watch your video. But if you make content that adds value to their life, that adds something, that gives them something, whether it's joy or excitement or entertainment or education or whatever, you can do it. And I believe in you. And yeah, I have a job now. So I am going to go edit this video. And then I'm going to eat some dinner, which I still haven't done because I got home and I worked in the studio. And then I am going to get a little nap. And I'm going to go to work tomorrow, and I'm going to work with all my friends and people I love, and I'm going to work on my plan for marketing for content creator, and I'm going to try and help you become the best content creator that you can be, the best musician that you can be, and I'm excited about it. I get to do absolutely what I love for a job, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for all your support through the years, and I am so thankful that I have this studio and I can play some drums again. I'll see you on the other side. Have a little bit of sleep. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much. And yeah, this is cool. And that's my story. And this was about as real as it can get. Half the stuff, I don't even remember what I said. But yeah, that's it for tonight. All right, so Masters Maple Kit. This is one of the new Pearl kits. I've only played this thing a few times. That's why, like, over here it's still got like the tags on it, because I just got it and then I unboxed it, did one shoot with it, and had to box it back up. I brought my bass drums from the previous studio. There's all those signatures from all those amazing drummers that were there and have been here. And then this, I'm so pumped about having this. This is the new Elisa Strata Prime kit. I can come down here and play this whenever I want. Totally quiet, you know, electronic kit. I mean, it's got like an iPad for a brain. I mean, this thing's crazy. If you haven't seen the videos, I did get my igniter snare and my play button back up on the wall, which is super exciting because that was in storage for a long time. And this is my roller cart from my previous studio. And that is my second drum set ever. And there's that trash can from the studio before. Other than that, still a lot of work to do. All these walls, I gotta decorate this. And yeah, and I really need doors because this is my sump pump over here. And it's very noisy. But I'm very thankful for it because if I didn't have a sump pump, then this, you know, studio would be underwater. So black out everywhere except for the light fixtures. I guess those are white. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like do black everywhere, but I really love it. And yeah, so that's a quick little tour. Basement of my house, actual storage. That's not, you know, this is great. Haven't completely finished over here yet. Don't know if I will completely finish it or not, but in here I needed some drywall, I needed some walls, and that's it.